Today, we're plunging into a topic it's really pivotal for navigating success in today's professional landscape. Soft skills versus hard skills, the ultimate guide. Our journey today is all about equipping you with a really comprehensive understanding of these two vital skill sets. We'll explore why they aren't just useful, but absolutely indispensable in our fast-paced, ever-evolving world. And more importantly, we'll kind of map out how you, our listener, can strategically cultivate both to thrive in every aspect of your professional and, frankly, even your personal life. Think of this as your essential roadmap to, mastering the human and technical elements of achievement. Have you ever walked into a job interview, maybe feeling a little nervous, but pretty confident in your abilities, and the hiring manager leans forward and asks, so what makes you the right person for this role? Do you lead with your, say, deep technical mastery of advanced data modeling? Or do you maybe highlight your knack for rallying a diverse team during a high-pressure deadline? Well, here's the twist. They actually want both. In today's dynamic environment, your skills, the technical brilliance, and the essential human touch are your ticket to truly standing out. It's not really one or the other. Soft skills and hard skills truly are the dynamic duo, the peanut butter and jelly, if you will, of professional achievement.
That's a perfect way to put it, yeah. What's truly fascinating is how these two categories, despite their apparent differences, are so deeply interconnected. Hard skills, those measurable, teachable abilities like coding or financial analysis, they often serve as your entry pass into a role that gets your foot in the door. But it's the soft skills, that interpersonal finesse, that make you someone people genuinely want to collaborate with, someone they trust. And that includes everything from, crystal clear communication to just remaining composed under immense pressure. Together, they really form the complete package, not just for survival, but for genuinely excelling in your career and, honestly, well beyond.
So let's unpack that foundational understanding first. Before we dive deeper, it seems crucial to get a precise picture of what we actually mean when we talk about soft skills and hard skills. When you explain them, what's maybe the biggest misconception you often have to clear up for people right at the start?
That's a great question. One common misconception is that soft skills are just nice to have. Or maybe they're just innate personality traits. People often think you're either born with them or you're not. But the truth is they're anything but trivial, and they are absolutely learnable skills. So let's define them. Soft skills are those intangible, often subtle interpersonal abilities that really shape how you interact with others and navigate your environment. They're less about what specific task you perform and much more about the manner in which you execute it. For instance, communication is a massive one, and it goes way beyond just talking, right? It's about explaining complex ideas clearly in a meeting, sure, but it's also about actively listening to understand what someone else is saying. Empathy is key as well, really understanding someone else's perspective, like knowing how to calm an upset client, for example. Then there's adaptability, which means, seamlessly rolling with changes, maybe pivoting smoothly when a project takes an unexpected turn. Teamwork naturally involves collaborating effectively, even with individuals whose working styles might be really different from yours. And finally, problem solving, which is all about finding creative and effective solutions, like fixing a last-minute glitch with grace.
I often hear them described as the glue that holds things together. Is that a fair description? What makes them so universally valuable, and maybe why are they so difficult to pin down or measure?
You're spot on. Glue is a great word for it. They are indeed the glue, and they're notoriously challenging to measure with traditional tests or certifications. I mean, there's no standardized exam for true empathy or resilience, right? Yet, despite this, they are the very foundation for effective collaboration and a positive work culture. A critical characteristic is their universality. It truly doesn't matter if you're a barista crafting coffee, a software engineer building an app, or a CEO leading a multinational corporation. Being a great listener or an adaptable team member is consistently a valuable trait across any role or industry you can think of. They are the traits that remain relevant regardless of technological shifts or, industry trends.
That makes perfect sense. Now, if soft skills are the intangible, interpersonal how, then on the flip side, we have hard skills. These are your technical, specific abilities, typically acquired through, structured education, focused training, or just dedicated practice. They feel much more concrete, highly measurable, and almost always tied directly to a particular job or industry. Think about coding, for instance, writing software in languages like Python, JavaScript, or C++. That's a hard skill. Or data analysis, where you're crunching numbers using tools like Excel, SQL, or Tableau. Very specific tools. There's graphic design, creating stunning visuals with Adobe Photoshop or Illustrator, even something like accounting, managing budgets or preparing tax returns, and of course, foreign languages like speaking fluent Mandarin or Spanish. These are the practical tools in your professional kit, right?
Precisely. You can genuinely think of hard skills as your professional toolkit. These are the specialized instruments you pull out to get the job done. They're what you typically see explicitly listed on job descriptions: must know X, requires Y certificate. And they can be readily verified through various means, whether it's a specific certification, a portfolio demonstrating your work, or maybe even a direct skills test during an interview.
So if we quickly compare them, the differences become quite apparent, don't they? Soft skills are interpersonal and people-oriented, while hard skills are technical and job-specific. That seems clear. Soft skills are learned primarily through practice, feedback, and, life experience maybe, whereas hard skills typically come from courses, structured training, and certifications. And when it comes to measurability, soft skills are subjective and harder to quantify, whereas hard skills are much more objective, testable, and certifiable. And in terms of application, soft skills are universal, applicable across virtually all roles and industries, while hard skills are often quite specific to a particular role or industry.
Right. And this brings us back to that analogy you mentioned earlier, your career at the concert. Your hard skills are the instruments you play, perhaps the guitar, the drums, or the keyboard. They provide the sound, the technical mastery. You have to know how to play the notes. But your soft skills, those are your stage presence, how you connect with the rest of the band, and the way you genuinely connect with the audience. They dictate the energy, the feeling, the overall experience. You truly need both to put on a show that captivates and truly rocks, The instruments alone, no matter how perfectly played, won't create a memorable performance without that vital stage presence, that connection.
That analogy really highlights the interplay. It makes me wonder, how has this interplay evolved over time? Because understanding the historical context of how skills have gained prominence truly helps us appreciate why both soft and hard skills are so critical today. Skills have always been shaped by the needs of their time, right? And this evolution offers significant insights into where we're currently headed. If you cast your mind back to the industrial age, roughly from the 1700s to the 1900s, this era was defined by the Industrial Revolution. It was a period driven by sheer production and efficiency. Factories were springing up everywhere, and they needed workers who could operate machinery, build goods with their hands, or manage assembly lines. During this time, hard skills really reigned supreme. We're talking about key abilities like operating intricate machinery, meticulous carpentry, the brute force and precision of blacksmithing, or the detailed accuracy of cookkeeping.
Absolutely. During this period, the role of soft skills was, pretty minimal. They weren't formally valued in the same way. Workers were often seen almost as cogs in a machine, And interpersonal skills held less significance unless you were maybe in a direct management role that required oversight. Learning primarily occurred through apprenticeships and very practical, on-the-job training for hard skills. Get your hands dirty. Soft skills, if acquired at all, were usually picked up informally through just simple interaction. The overarching focus was laser sharp, maximizing efficiency and output. If you could effectively hammer nails or accurately balance ledgers, you were considered invaluable. That was the key.
Then, fast forward to the late 1900s, with that profound shift to the information age. This era brought with it the explosive rise of computers and, of course, the internet. Naturally, this led to a massive surge in demand for new technical expertise, but it also marked a pivotal moment where soft skills began to emerge from the shadows and kind of creep into the spotlight. We saw a whole new wave of hard skills become dominant, like programming languages such as COBOL or C, alongside database management and word processing.
Exactly. And this is where the plot thickens for soft skills. As office environments grew larger and much more intricate, and the concept of the knowledge worker became prevalent, skills like teamwork and clear communication grew increasingly critical. Managers weren't just overseeing physical tasks anymore. They needed to motivate desk-bound employees, requiring a distinct set of interpersonal abilities. It's a different ballgame. While universities and technical schools were busily churning out experts in hard skills, soft skills remained kind of secondary, often learned, as you mentioned, through simple trial and error or just everyday interactions. This era truly signaled the beginning of a shift, where hard skills were undeniably your entry ticket, but the very need for collaboration in those, cubicle farms hinted at the growing value of people skills.
Which brings us neatly to the modern era, from the 2000s to the present, what you could call a true skills revolution. Today we find ourselves in a workplace where technology, globalization, and profound cultural shifts have truly reshaped everything. Now, both hard and soft skills are absolutely non-negotiable. You need both. We're witnessing a hard skills boom with immense demand for areas like AI, cloud computing, digital marketing, and data science. And the rapid evolution of tools in these fields means that continuous learning isn't just a bonus, it's a fundamental imperative you have to keep up.
And complementing that, there's been a significant soft skills surge. As automation increasingly handles repetitive and routine tasks, uniquely human skills like creativity, emotional intelligence, and adaptability have become paramount. They're differentiating factors. A compelling report from a global economic forum, for instance, specifically highlighted critical thinking and leadership as top priorities for the future workforce. We've also seen a massive learning transformation, right? With online platforms democratizing access to hard skill training, while soft skills are more consciously honed through workshops, coaching, and deliberate real-world practice. The modern workplace is truly a dynamic melting pot where technological prowess meets human ingenuity. Robots can write code, maybe, but they can't yet inspire a team or skillfully navigate the nuances of office dynamics. That's precisely where you, the human, come in.
This leads us to what's often been viewed as the great debate: soft skills versus hard skills. For decades, hard skills were almost exclusively the golden ticket. Job ads would emphatically declare must know Java or CPA required, clear requirements. But as workplaces have evolved and continue to transform, soft skills are increasingly stealing the show, gaining significant recognition for their immense value. So let's unpack the compelling case for each, and then crucially, why you absolutely need both. It's not a versus situation, really. First, the case for hard skills. They are your undeniable ticket to the game. Hard skills form the very foundation of your expertise. They are, more often than not, the first thing employers look for because they provide concrete proof that you possess the technical capability to perform the job. They act as gatekeepers. There are non-negotiable technical requirements for most roles. A web developer, for example, simply has to know HTML and CSS. A nurse must understand complex medical procedures. Without these fundamental hard skills, you likely won't even secure an interview. That's the baseline.
And what's crucial about hard skills is their measurability and credibility. They are straightforward to verify. It's tangible. A robust code repository on GitHub, a professional certification, or a well-curated portfolio speaks volumes about your capabilities. Employers truly appreciate that clarity and objective proof. Furthermore, hard skills are profoundly industry-driven. As technology relentlessly advances, entirely new hard skills continuously emerge. Consider blockchain, machine learning, or augmented virtual reality design. Mastering these can make you an incredibly sought-after commodity right now. They also serve as significant efficiency boosters. A marketer who genuinely knows Google Ads, for example, can launch and optimize campaigns far more rapidly and effectively than someone merely trying to wing it. However, this also presents their challenge. Hard skills can become obsolete and often quickly. Remember Flash developers from a decade or so ago? Technology moves at an incredible pace, so staying current is an ongoing imperative. You can't rest on your laurels.
Okay, that's a strong case for hard skills. Now let's make the case for soft skills. Your undeniable secret sauce for success. While hard skills might open the door, soft skills are what truly make you memorable, effective, and, well, indispensable. They're harder to quantify, absolutely, but their impact is undeniably massive. What makes them so powerful is their universal applicability. They are genuine superpowers. Soft skills work everywhere. Whether you're a teacher guiding young minds, a coder building innovative software, or a chef crafting culinary delights, listening well or maintaining composure under pressure is always a significant advantage.
Right, and this raises an important question. If you ever encounter someone who was a brilliant genius, but frankly, kind of a total jerk.
Yes, I think we all have.
Exactly. Soft skills like empathy and teamwork are what transform you into someone people genuinely want to work with, fostering a much more positive and productive environment. It changes the whole dynamic. They are also incredibly future-proof. As artificial intelligence increasingly takes over many technical tasks, uniquely human skills are what will truly shine. A compelling report from a major professional networking site, for instance, found that a remarkable 92% of hiring managers value soft skills as much as, or even more than, hard skills. That's huge. They are also powerful career accelerators. Promotions, particularly into leadership roles, very often hinge on soft skills, leading a team effectively, resolving complex conflicts, or inspiring others. That's firmly soft skill territory. The challenge, of course, is that soft skills are subjective and require significant time and deliberate practice to develop. You can't just take a weekend course and suddenly master empathy. It takes work.
This brings us to the absolutely indispensable synergy between soft and hard skills. Pitting them against each other is like trying to choose between, I don't know, oxygen and food.
Yeah.
You simply need both to thrive. The real magic happens when they work together in concert.
Exactly. What's fascinating here is how soft skills actually amplify hard skills. They make your technical abilities more effective. Imagine a highly skilled data scientist. If they can also present their complex insights to non-technical executives with clarity and persuasive communication, they become exponentially more valuable than someone who just crunches numbers in isolation. Or consider a designer. If they're adaptable enough to genuinely incorporate client feedback, their work will be significantly better than a stubborn expert who insists on their initial vision. It leads to better outcomes. And a true leader will blend robust project management tools, that's a hard skill, with effective team motivation, a classic soft skill to deliver exceptional results.
And it definitely goes the other way too. Hard skills, ground soft skills, that give them substance. A charismatic salesperson might be great at building rapport, that's a soft skill, but they still need proficiency in CRM software, a hard skill, to effectively track leads and manage their pipeline. A creative problem solver's innovative ideas gain far more credibility when they also possess the technical tools, like knowing Python for automation, to actually execute those ideas. And a confident communicator truly shines when their compelling arguments are backed by genuine expertise, like knowing the intricacies of SEO for their marketing pitches. You need the substance behind the style.
It's like your career is a smoothie. Maybe your hard skills are the tangible fruit, the nutritious foundational ingredients, the stuff you can see. But your soft skills, those are the yogurt and the honey, maybe some spinach, blending everything into something truly irresistible and palatable. Too much fruit and it's gritty and unappealing. Too much honey and it's cloying. Balance in this context is truly everything for a successful and satisfying career.
That's a great analogy. For a real-world example of this synergy in action, look no further than the CEO of a major tech company who led a remarkable transformation. His exceptional hard skills in engineering and business strategy certainly got him noticed and elevated him to the top, no question. But it's his remarkable soft skills, his emphasis on empathy, his clear vision for the company's future, and his commitment to collaboration that truly reshaped the company's culture and, in turn, skyrocketed its success to what we see today.
Yeah.
It's a powerful testament to combining both strengths effectively.
Absolutely. A perfect illustration.
Okay, now let's dive deep into some of the most essential soft skills for both work and life, along with some actionable tips to help you cultivate them. We'll explore what each skill entails, its impact, maybe a brief real-world scenario, and practical ways you can start strengthening it today. First up is communication, often called the art of connection. This skill is fundamentally about sharing ideas clearly and actively listening. It's far more than just talking. It encompasses everything from well-crafted emails and compelling presentations to subtle body language and critically truly understanding others. Its impact is profound. Clear communication prevents misunderstandings, which can derail projects or lead to costly errors. It fundamentally builds trust with colleagues, clients, and leaders. In fact, a recent global report listed communication as the #1 in-demand soft skill worldwide. That's telling.
Yeah, it really is foundational. Imagine a project manager who can take complex technical jargon and translate it into plain English for non-technical stakeholders. This ensures everyone is aligned, preventing misunderstandings and avoiding expensive delays. It's incredibly valuable. To master communication, you should practice active listening. In your next conversation, really commit to focusing entirely on the speaker. Nod, paraphrase what they've said, like, okay, so if I understand correctly, you're saying, and ask thoughtful follow-up questions. Also, try to simplify your message with the grandma test. Can you explain your job or a project to your grandma in under a minute? If not, maybe simplify. For written communication, practice writing better emails with clear subject lines, short paragraphs, and a friendly professional tone. Keep it concise. And to enhance public speaking, consider joining a local public speaking club like Toastmasters. Practice makes perfect.
Great tips. Next, we have emotional intelligence, EQ, sometimes called the people whisperer. This skill is all about understanding and managing your own emotions, while simultaneously empathizing with others. It's about being aware. It includes crucial components like self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and strong social skills. Its impact is significant. High EQ helps you navigate conflicts with grace, like calming a frustrated coworker rather than escalating tension. Makes a huge difference. It fosters robust relationships, which significantly boosts teamwork and leadership effectiveness. A fascinating university study found that EQ accounts for a remarkable 58% of job performance across a wide range of roles.
That's a huge percentage. Consider the example of a nurse with high emotional intelligence. They can comfort a scared patient, making their hospital experience far less stressful, even if the medical procedure itself is routine. It's that human touch. To master EQ, try tracking your emotions. Keep a journal for maybe a week, noting what triggers stress or joy, and then reflect on how you reacted and how you might respond more effectively next time. Just building that awareness. Practice empathy by resisting the urge to immediately jump in and fix a problem when someone shares it. Instead, try saying, "Wow, that sounds really tough. Tell me more about it." Show you're listening. In tense moments, consciously pause before reacting. Take 5 deep breaths to help you stay calm and respond thoughtfully, not just reactively. Maybe read a book on it, like Emotional Intelligence 2.0.
Very practical. Moving on to adaptability, all about rolling with the punches, right? This is your ability to thrive in situations of change or uncertainty, whether it's navigating a new boss, a major tech upgrade, or even a global shift like the sudden move to remote work we all experienced. Its importance is undeniable. Change is a constant in today's world, and adaptable people can pivot much faster, ensuring they remain relevant and effective. It also significantly reduces stress. Flexible individuals simply don't sweat the small stuff as much, and employers highly value adaptability, particularly in fast-paced industries like technology or startups.
Totally. A great example is a marketer who quickly learns and adopts new social media platform trends when algorithms change, keeping their campaigns fresh and consistently effective instead of getting stuck. To master adaptability, start by embracing small changes. Try a new coffee shop or rearrange your desk. Just get comfortable with minor disruptions to your routine. When a new tool updates, try to learn on the fly by exploring it yourself without immediately resorting to a tutorial. Figure it out. Reframe challenges. Instead of thinking, this new system is frustrating, try to think, okay, this is a chance to learn something cool. Shift your perspective, and consistently stay curious by following industry blogs or discussions online to spot trends early and be prepared.
That reframing tip is powerful. Next, we have teamwork, which is fundamentally about playing nice in the sandbox, as they say. This skill involves collaborating effectively, respecting diverse perspectives, and contributing positively to group goals. Why is this critical? Well, most jobs today involve working in teams, and poor teamwork can absolutely derail projects. We've all seen it happen. Conversely, good teamwork builds trust and camaraderie, which genuinely makes work more enjoyable. A recent study found that high team engagement can boost productivity by an impressive 23%.
That's significant. Picture a software team that openly shares credit for successes and brainstorms solutions collaboratively. They listen to each other. They will almost certainly deliver a high-quality application faster than a group of individuals who are siloed and driven by ego. To master teamwork, make an effort to celebrate others' wins. Publicly praise a colleague's contribution in a meeting or on Slack or whatever platform you use. A little recognition goes a long way. In group projects, always clarify roles early on by asking, okay, who's handling what? To prevent overlap and confusion down the line. If tensions rise, handle conflict gracefully. Instead of blaming, maybe suggest, hey, let's find a solution that works for everyone here. Be constructive. And actively volunteer for teams, especially cross-departmental projects, to practice collaborating with new faces and different perspectives. Get out of your comfort zone.
Good advice. Now let's talk about problem solving, the fixer mindset. This skill is about identifying issues, analyzing various options, and then finding effective solutions, often under pressure. Why is this skill so important? Problems are inevitable in any work or life scenario, right? And good problem solvers save both time and money. It also showcases initiative, a highly valued trait by leaders and managers. It shows you can handle things. It's consistently ranked as a top skill in fields like consulting, engineering, and customer service.
Definitely. A great real-world example is a restaurant manager who, when a server calls in sick at the last minute during a busy shift, quickly and effectively reassigns staff to ensure customers remain happy and service isn't disrupted. Thinking on their feet. To master problem solving, start by breaking down complex issues. For any problem, clearly list the core issue, its underlying causes, and all possible fixes, then strategically pick the best option. Don't just jump to solutions. Use the 5 whys method sometimes to dig into root causes. For example, repeatedly ask, why is the website slow, until you uncover the fundamental reason, not just the symptom. Brainstorm freely. Write down 10 solutions to a work issue, even seemingly silly ones, just to spark creativity and get the ideas flowing. No bad ideas in brainstorming. And learn from others by observing how successful individuals tackle complex challenges. Watch TED Talks, read case studies.
The 5 whys method is classic. Okay, next up is leadership, which is about inspiring the crew, essentially. Leadership is the ability to guide others toward a shared goal, whether you're a formal manager or an individual contributor. Anyone can lead. It encompasses vision, influence, and accountability. Why does it matter so much? Well, leaders are the drivers of results, from small project teams to vast global companies. And it's not exclusively for bosses. Leading a small project or mentoring a new colleague absolutely counts as leadership. A recent survey found that a remarkable 80% of employers actively seek leadership potential in their new hires.
That's a huge number. And a real-world example of leadership could be a junior designer who, despite their title, effectively rallies their team to meet a tight deadline by meticulously organizing tasks and boosting team morale when things get tough. They stepped up. To master leadership first, set a clear vision for any project you undertake. Clarify the why. Don't just say what to do, explain why it matters. For instance, explain, this marketing campaign will boost sales by 10%. Give context. Always model the behavior you want to see. Be the punctual, positive, and dedicated person you'd want to follow. Lead by example. Learn to delegate effectively, assigning tasks based on individual strengths and development goals rather than just availability or dumping work. And actively seek feedback from a mentor or trusted colleague, asking specifically, how can I be a better leader in this situation? Be open to learning.
Seeking feedback is key. Now let's tackle time management, which is about owning your clock, not letting it own you. This is the essential skill of prioritizing tasks, consistently meeting deadlines, and effectively balancing your work and personal life without succumbing to burnout. It's critical for well-being. Why is this important? It significantly boosts productivity. Less wasted time means more gets accomplished. Pretty simple. It drastically reduces stress, giving you a greater sense of control over daily chaos. And it's absolutely critical in fast-paced roles like event planning or journalism, where deadlines are tight and constant.
Absolutely. A great example is a freelancer who meticulously blocks out specific time for client work, administrative tasks like invoicing, and personal self-care. This structured approach allows them to deliver quality work consistently without missing deadlines or burning out. To master time management, try using a system that works for you. This could be the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of focused work followed by a 5-minute break, or a digital tool like Trello or Asana. Find your rhythm, prioritize ruthlessly each morning, identify your top 3 most important tasks and focus on them first. Eat the frog, as they say. Learn to politely say no to non-essential requests that derail your priorities. Protect your valuable time. It's okay to set boundaries. And finally, batch similar tasks, such as answering emails or making phone calls, to minimize context switching and improve efficiency. Group them together.
Saying no politely is a skill in itself. Our final soft skill in this deep dive is creativity, truly thinking outside the box. Creativity is the ability to generate new ideas, innovative approaches, or novel solutions, whether it's in the realm of art, business strategy, or everyday problem solving. Why is this so important? It undeniably drives innovation, leading to new products, improved processes, and fresh perspectives. It keeps things moving forward. It's also a significant differentiator in highly competitive fields like marketing or technology. A recent study found that a remarkable 70% of employers value creative thinking.
Definitely. A powerful example of creativity is a teacher who uses gamification, like turning lessons into games, to engage bored students, turning mundane lessons into exciting challenges, which significantly boosts learning outcomes, making learning fun. To master creativity, try dedicating maybe 5 minutes daily to just doodling or journaling, allowing your thoughts to flow freely without judgment to spark new ideas. Let your mind wander. Change your environment regularly. Try working in a cafe, a library, or even a park sometimes to shake up your brain and inspire fresh perspectives. A change of scenery helps. Actively collaborate with others, especially those from different fields or backgrounds, for fresh viewpoints during brainstorming sessions. Diversity fuels creativity. And deliberately consume inspiration. Watch insightful talks, read diverse fiction, visit museums, listen to different music, expose yourself to new ideas and forms of expression. Feed your brain.
That's a really comprehensive look at the soft skills. And here's a crucial pro tip that seems to apply to all of them. They truly grow through consistent practice and honest feedback. Don't be afraid to ask a trusted colleague or friend to rate you on these skills, perhaps on a simple scale of 1 to 10, and, more importantly, to suggest just one specific area for you to improve. It can feel a bit humbling, maybe, but it's incredibly powerful for your growth. You need that outside perspective.
Excellent advice. Yeah, that feedback loop is critical. Now, let's pivot to the world of hard skills. These are your technical toolkit, and the good news is that in today's world, learning them is more accessible than ever before. We'll explore some high-demand hard skills, discuss their value, and outline how you can learn them efficiently, often without breaking the bank.
Okay, sounds good. First, coding and programming, the very language of technology. This is about writing software or scripts, using languages like Python, JavaScript, or Java to build applications, websites, or automation tools. It's building things with code. Its impact is profound. Technology now drives virtually every industry, from finance to healthcare to entertainment. It's everywhere. Coding jobs, like software engineer roles, pay exceptionally well, with median salaries hitting around $120,000 in a recent U.S. survey. That's attractive. Plus, it's incredibly versatile. Code can automate repetitive tasks, saving you time, or even be the foundation for launching an innovative startup.
Definitely. Consider a marketer who takes the initiative to learn Python. By automating their data reports, maybe pulling info from different sources, they can save hours every single week. That's incredibly impressive to their manager and frees them up for more strategic work. To learn coding, I usually recommend starting with Python, as it's generally seen as beginner-friendly and it's widely used across many fields. Crucially, build projects as you learn. Don't just do exercises. Build something, even something simple like a to-do list app or a basic personal website, to actually apply your skills. It makes it stick. Use online code repositories like GitHub to share your work. It helps build a portfolio you can show employers and allows you to learn from others' contributions and get feedback. And finally, join online communities like Reddit's rLearn programming or Stack Overflow. They offer invaluable support and shared learning when you get stuck, which you will.
Building projects is key. Next, data analysis. Truly the power of numbers. Turning data into insights. This involves collecting, meticulously cleaning that's important, and then interpreting data using powerful tools like Excel, SQL, or Tableau to inform crucial business decisions. Why does it matter? Because data drives almost all business strategy today. From sales forecasting and customer segmentation to product development. Gut feelings aren't enough anymore. Data analysts are in high demand across a vast array of industries, retail, tech, healthcare, you name it, and they earn solid salaries, typically ranging from $70,000 to $100,000 annually in a recent U.S. survey.
Yeah, it's a hot field. Imagine a retail analyst who uses a data visualization tool like Tableau Public to quickly spot emerging sales trends, maybe seeing that a certain product is suddenly taking off. This allows their company to stock more of those popular products proactively and boost revenue instead of reacting weeks later. To learn data analysis first, really master Excel. Go beyond the basics. Learn key functions like VLOOKUP, index match, pivot tables, and chart creation through online tutorials or courses. Excel is foundational. Next, learn SQL, the language for databases. Many platforms like DataCamp or Khan Academy offer free or affordable courses to teach you how to query databases effectively. Experiment with data visualization tools. Tableau Public is free and lets you create interactive dashboards to practice telling stories with data and practice with real data. Use public datasets from platforms like Kaggle or government websites to build your own analytical projects. That hands-on experience is vital.
Good pathway. Now let's talk about digital marketing, often described as the art and science of online influence. This broad field includes vital strategies like search engine optimization, SEO, social media marketing, email campaigns, content marketing, and paid advertisements like Google ads or Facebook ads to promote brands and products online. Why is it so important? In today's landscape, businesses literally live or die by their online presence. If people can't find you online, you barely exist. Digital marketers typically earn strong salaries ranging from $50,000 to $90,000 in a recent U.S. survey. And it's a dynamic field that beautifully blends creativity, writing copy, designing visuals with analytical thinking, tracking metrics, optimizing campaigns. It's a real hybrid.
Absolutely. A fantastic real-world example is a small business owner who maybe runs a local bakery. By leveraging targeted Facebook ads, they effectively double their website traffic for custom cake orders, which directly translates to a significant boost in sales. It can have a direct impact. To learn digital marketing, consider taking a comprehensive online course. HubSpot Academy, Google Digital Garage, or Coursera, many offer free or low-cost certifications covering the essential basics. Don't be afraid to experiment with your own money if possible. Run a low-budget ad campaign on Google or Facebook, maybe just $5 a day, to gain valuable hands-on experience and see what happens. Learn by doing. Dive deep into SEO using free guides from reputable sources like Moz or Ahrefs. Understand how search engines work, and consistently track trends by following influential blogs like Search Engine Journal or industry publications. Things change fast.
Experimenting seems key there. Next up, project management, the orchestrator, keeping things on track. This involves meticulously planning, efficiently executing, monitoring, and successfully delivering projects using specialized tools and methodologies. Why does this skill matter so much? Because every project, whether it's launching a major software update, organizing a conference, or even building a house, needs clear structure and guidance to succeed. Without it, chaos ensues. Project managers command solid salaries, typically between $80,000 and $120,000 in a recent U.S. survey, and it's a highly transferable skill across virtually all industries. Every sector needs project managers.
Right. Think of a project manager who effectively uses an agile methodology like Scrum to deliver a complex website rebuild on time and within budget, keeping both the development team and the clients happy and informed throughout the process. That's success. To learn project management, consider getting certified. The PMP is well known, but there are excellent entry-level options too, like the CAPM or Google's Project Management Certificate, which are more accessible. Learn the various tools. Experiment with free versions of common project management software like Trello, Asana, or Jira to understand their features and workflows. Study different methodologies like Agile, Scrum, Kanban, or the more traditional waterfall approach to understand their pros, cons, and when to use each. And crucially, volunteer to lead a small work project, a community initiative, or even plan a complex personal event to gain practical, hands-on leadership and organizational experience. Put it into practice.
Certifications seem helpful there. Okay, another big one. Graphic design, making things visually appealing. This skill is about creating visual content, logos, websites, brochures, social media graphics using design principles and software like Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, or newer tools like Figma or Canva. Why does it matter? Visuals drive engagement. Good design makes information clearer, brands more memorable, and products more desirable. It communicates instantly. Designers earn decent salaries, often $50,000 to $80,000 in the US, and offers a great creative outlet.
Yeah, it's a blend of art and communication. A simple example. A nonprofit uses a well-designed infographic, created perhaps in Canva, to clearly explain their impact, leading to a jump in online donations because the message resonated visually. To learn graphic design, you don't need expensive software immediately. Start with user-friendly tools like Canva. It's free and great for basics. Then, if you get serious, learn the industry standards like Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. Adobe offers student discounts and tutorials. Build a portfolio as you learn. Even practice projects matter. Redesign a local business's logo, just for practice, or create social media templates, and study design principles, layout, color theory, typography. There are tons of great books and online resources. It's not just about knowing the tools, but why you make certain design choices.
Starting with Canva is a great tip. Okay, moving towards finance. Financial analysis. Understanding the money side. This involves evaluating businesses, projects, budgets, and other finance-related entities to determine their performance and suitability for investment or strategic decisions. Lots of spreadsheets. Why does it matter? Businesses rely heavily on financial insights to make sound decisions, allocate resources, and plan for the future. It's critical for survival and growth. Finance roles require this, with salaries often between $60,000 and $100,000.
Definitely. Think of a startup founder who uses basic financial analysis skills to create realistic sales projections and manage cash flow effectively. This helps them secure funding from investors because they can demonstrate financial viability. To learn financial analysis, master Excel again, but this time focus on financial functions, modeling, and data tables. It's the workhorse tool. Learn accounting basics. You don't need to be a CPA, but understand concepts like income statements, balance sheets, and cash flow statements. Khan Academy has great free resources. Get familiar with accounting software if possible. QuickBooks or Xero are common for small businesses. Many offer free trials. And read financial news regularly, publications like the Wall Street Journal or Bloomberg. Understand market trends and economic indicators. Stay informed about the bigger picture.
Seems like Excel is king in multiple fields. Okay, another skill. Foreign languages. Connecting across cultures. This is pretty straightforward. Gaining proficiency in speaking, reading, and writing a language other than your native tongue, like Spanish, Mandarin, French, or German. Why does it matter? Well, globalization makes cross-cultural communication essential. It can open doors to international careers, enhance travel experiences, and studies show it can even provide a salary boost, maybe 10-20% in certain roles. Plus, it's great for your brain.
Absolutely. Imagine a sales representative who speaks fluent Spanish. They can connect much more actively with clients in Latin America, building stronger relationships and ultimately closing more deals than a competitor who relies on translation. To learn a foreign language, use language learning apps like Duolingo or Babbel for daily practice, great for vocabulary and basic grammar. Consistency is key. Immerse yourself as much as possible. Change your phone language, watch movies, or listen to music in the target language. Label items around your house. Practice speaking from day one. Use platforms like Tandem or HelloTalk to find language exchange partners online and have real conversations, even if they're clumsy at first. And consider taking a formal course, either online or in person, for structured learning and expert feedback, especially on grammar and pronunciation.
Immersion seems really powerful. Our final hard skill is cybersecurity, the digital guardian, becoming increasingly vital. Cybersecurity involves protecting computer systems, networks, and sensitive data from theft, damage, or unauthorized access. Think firewalls, encryption, penetration testing. Why is this skill so incredibly important today? Because cyber attacks cost businesses and individuals billions annually, causing immense damage, disruption, and loss of trust. The threat is constant. Cybersecurity professionals are in incredibly high demand as a result, earning impressive salaries often ranging from $90,000 to $150,000 or more in the U.S. It's absolutely critical as data increasingly becomes the world's most valuable asset.
It's a huge field. A compelling real-world example is an ethical hacker someone paid to find vulnerabilities who proactively discovers and reports a flaw in a company's website, thereby saving them from a potentially devastating data breach and hefty fines. They find the hole before the bad guys do. To learn cybersecurity, start with the basics. Platforms like Cybrary or Coursera offer free or affordable cybersecurity fundamentals courses covering core concepts. Consider getting certified. CompTIA Security Plus is a great vendor-neutral starting point that's highly respected. Practice ethical hacking legally. Use platforms like TryHackMe or Hack the Box that provide virtual labs and challenges to hone your skills in a safe environment. And consistently stay updated on the latest threats, vulnerabilities, and trends by following reputable security news sources like Krebs on Security or the Hacker News. The landscape changes daily.
Staying updated seems crucial there. And here's a pro tip that seems relevant for mastering all these hard skills. They thrive on consistent practice and real-world projects. Pick just one skill, dedicate maybe 5 to 10 hours weekly for a few months, and focus on building a tangible portfolio piece. Whether it's a functional website, a data dashboard, a marketing campaign plan, or a security analysis report. Then share it proudly on platforms like LinkedIn, GitHub, Behance, or your personal website to attract potential opportunities and showcase your capabilities. Show, don't just tell.
That's a fantastic actionable strategy for anyone looking to build their technical prowess. Prove you can do it, but skills don't exist in a vacuum, do they? They're applied in specific contexts. Now let's talk about skills in context. Industry-specific applications. Different industries, as you might imagine, value different combinations and nuances of soft and hard skills. We'll briefly touch upon 6 key sectors and highlight the most valued skills in each, along with quick tips for breaking into that industry.
Okay, good idea. First, technology and software development. This industry is known for being fast-paced, innovation-driven, and truly global, with roles spanning from developers and engineers to data scientists, UX designers, and product managers. The key hard skills here are often programming in languages like Python, JavaScript, Java, or C++A, along with expertise in cloud computing platforms like AWS or Azure, and maybe data science tools or specific frameworks.
Right. And for soft skills in tech, collaboration is absolutely paramount, as cross-functional teams working on complex products are the norm. You have designers, developers, testers, product managers, all working together. Strong problem solving is essential because bugs, technical roadblocks, and unexpected issues require quick and efficient fixes. Things break. And clear communication is incredibly valuable, especially when explaining complex technical concepts to non-technical individuals like clients or marketing teams. A developer who combines their deep coding expertise with clear, concise sprint updates and can explain trade-offs well will truly thrive in agile teams. To break into tech, build a strong online code portfolio, like on GitHub, with 3 to 5 meaningful projects demonstrating your skills, earn relevant certifications if applicable, like Cloud Certs, and network actively at industry meetups, conferences, even virtual ones, and online communities.
Networking seems key. Next, healthcare. This sector beautifully blends science with compassion, focused on patient well-being. Roles include nurses, doctors, therapists, technicians, administrators, and health tech specialists. Key hard skills are obviously specific medical procedures and knowledge, but also proficiency with electronic health record, EHR systems, which are universal now, and increasingly data analysis for tracking health outcomes and improving care.
Absolutely. And in healthcare, soft skills are incredibly vital, perhaps more visibly so than in some other fields. Empathy is crucial for comforting anxious patients and understanding their needs beyond just the physical symptoms. Clear communication during patient handoffs between shifts or departments can literally save lives by preventing errors. Detail and clarity matter. Adaptability is also key, as emergencies demand immediate flexibility and the ability to stay calm under intense pressure. Things can change in an instant. A nurse who not only masters the complex EHR software, but also calmly and patiently trains anxious colleagues on its use, will excel in high-pressure hospital wards. They become a resource. To break into healthcare, pursue the relevant licensing or certifications for your desired role. Learn specific EHR systems if possible, maybe through vendor-specific training programs or simulations offered by schools, and volunteer at clinics or hospitals to build crucial empathy and gain hands-on experience with patient interaction.
That combination of tech and empathy is powerful. Moving to education. This industry is all about shaping minds and fostering learning, from K-12 schools to universities and corporate training, with roles for teachers, professors, administrators, curriculum designers, and ed tech specialists. Key hard skills include curriculum design and development, mastery of educational technology tools, learning management systems, interactive whiteboards, online assessment tools, and increasingly, data-driven instruction through analyzing student assessment data.
Yeah, data's creeping into education too. For soft skills in education, patience is paramount as students learn at different paces and face various challenges. You need persistence. Creativity is vital for designing engaging lessons and activities that spark curiosity and make learning enjoyable, not just a chore. And clear communication is essential for explaining concepts effectively, providing constructive feedback, and keeping parents and administrators consistently updated. A teacher who effectively uses gamified learning apps, hard skill, and meticulously tailors lessons to individual student needs based on observation and understanding, soft skill, will significantly boost engagement and learning outcomes. To break into education, earn the relevant teaching credentials or degrees for your level and subject. Master various ed tech tools by trying their free trials or taking workshops, and gain experience by tutoring, substitute teaching, or volunteering in educational settings like after-school programs.
Patience and creativity, definitely essential there. Then we have business and finance. This broad sector drives strategy, growth, and economic activity with roles for analysts, accountants, marketers, managers, consultants, and investment bankers. Key hard skills often involve financial modeling using spreadsheets. Excel is huge here. Proficiency with accounting software like QuickBooks, SAP, market research using various data analysis tools, and maybe specific industry software like CRM systems.
Right. And in business and finance, strong soft skills are critical for success. Negotiation requires finesse to close deals effectively, manage contracts, or secure partnerships. Leadership is essential for providing clear direction to teams, motivating employees, and driving strategic initiatives forward. And sharp analytical thinking, a blend of hard and soft, allows you to interpret complex data, spot trends and opportunities, and make sound, evidence-based recommendations. An analyst who excels at building complex financial models, hard skill, and can persuasively pitch their insights and recommendations to senior management, soft skill, will consistently stand out and likely land promotions. To break in, pursue relevant certifications like CPA for accounting, CFA for finance, or digital marketing certs. Master spreadsheet software like Excel through comprehensive online courses. Go deep. And join business clubs, participate in case competitions, or seek internships to gain practical experience and network with professionals.
Analytical thinking as a blend is interesting. Okay, what about creative industries? Thinking advertising, design, media, entertainment. Hard skills here are very tool specific. Mastery of design software, Adobe Creative Suite, Figma, video editing tools, Premiere Pro, Final Cut, content creation platforms, WordPress, social media tools, maybe even some coding for web design.
Absolutely tool heavy. And the soft skills. Creativity is obviously number one, the ability to generate original ideas and concepts. Collaboration is also huge, as projects often involve teams of writers, designers, developers, and clients. Resilience is key too, because creative work often involves subjective feedback and needing to bounce back from critique or rejection. A graphic designer who masters Photoshop, hard skill, but also collaborates effectively with a difficult client, taking feedback gracefully and finding creative solutions, soft skills, is invaluable. Breaking in often requires a strong portfolio showcasing your best work. Build it relentlessly. Master the key software tools for your niche. Network within the creative community, attend industry events, join online groups, and be prepared to start with freelance gigs or internships to build experience.
Portfolio and resilience. Got it. Finally, customer service and sales. These roles are on the front lines, deeply focused on building relationships and driving revenue, encompassing jobs like customer support representatives, account managers, sales executives, and retail associates. Key hard skills include proficiency with customer relationship management, CRM software like Salesforce or HubSpot to track interactions, accurate sales forecasting using data and tools, and sometimes familiarity with point-of-sale POS systems for retail environments.
Yeah, CRM is central. For soft skills in customer service and sales, empathy is absolutely crucial for truly understanding customer needs, frustrations, and motivations. You have to put yourself in their shoes. Persuasion is essential for influencing buying decisions or resolving issues effectively, but without being overly pushy or aggressive, finding that balance. And strong conflict resolution skills allow you to handle complaints, difficult customers, or negotiation deadlocks calmly and efficiently, turning potentially negative situations into positive ones. A sales representative who skillfully uses their CRM software to track leads and manage their pipeline, hard skill, and consistently builds strong rapport and trust with clients through active listening and empathy, soft skill, will consistently exceed their sales quotas. To break in, learn common CRM software. Many offer free trials or learning resources. Practice sales pitches or customer service scenarios through role-playing with friends or mentors. And consider starting in entry-level retail or call center positions to build foundational communication and problem-solving skills under pressure.
That's a great overview of different industries. And here's a powerful pro tip that seems to emerge from this. Research your dream industry's job postings on platforms like LinkedIn or Indeed. Make a note of the top 3 hard skills and the top 3 soft skills that are mentioned most frequently across multiple postings for roles you're interested in. Then make those your priority for learning and development. It's a highly targeted approach that gives you a clear advantage because you know what employers are actually looking for right now.
Absolutely. Use the market data. Now that we've explored so many specific skills and contexts, let's talk about strategies for skill mastery and how to effectively balance your toolkit. Mastering both soft and hard skills isn't accidental. It requires genuine intention and a strategic approach. Here's how you can assess where you are now, set meaningful development goals, and create a personal development plan for maximum impact.
Okay, sounds practical. First, assessing your current skill set. Why does this matter? Because, well, you simply can't improve what you don't measure or understand. A thorough skills audit is the essential first step. It reveals your existing gaps and also highlights your strengths, allowing for targeted improvement efforts rather than just guessing. How do you actually do it? Start by listing all your key hard skills, maybe specific software you know, languages you speak, technical processes you've mastered, and then list your key soft skills. Think communication, teamwork, problem solving, adaptability, empathy. Be honest. Then try to rate each skill, maybe on a simple scale of 1 to 10, based on your personal confidence level and any feedback you've already received from past projects or performance reviews.
Right. And crucially, step beyond just self-assessment, which can be biased. Actively seek feedback from others. Ask a trusted boss, a respected colleague, or a mentor to also rate your skills, perhaps focusing on a few key ones. And ask them for specific examples or suggestions for improvement. That specificity is gold. Finally, compare your current skills inventory to your career aspirations. Look closely at the job descriptions for roles you want in the future. Which skills are consistently listed that you're currently missing, or where do you need to significantly strengthen your existing skills? Identify the gaps. You can use a simple spreadsheet or even a dedicated app to organize this audit. For example, for Excel, you might rate yourself a 6, get feedback that you're more like a 5 in advanced features, and then set a clear goal to reach an 8 through targeted practice. For a soft skill like presenting to leadership, you might rate yourself an 8 in confidence, but get feedback that your clarity is a 7, so you aim for a 9 in clarity by practicing structured presentations. This kind of objective perspective is invaluable.
That feedback step sounds crucial, but potentially uncomfortable. Next, setting skill development goals. Why is this so important? Clear, well-defined goals are what keep you focused, motivated, and actually moving forward. Without goals, development efforts can feel scattered and ineffective. How do you set them effectively? Well, be specific. Instead of a vague goal like get better at coding, aim for something concrete like build a functional Python to-do list application with a user interface within the next 3 months. Much clearer. Always use the SMART goals framework. Make sure your goal is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant to your career path, and time-bound, has a deadline. That structure really helps. It's also important to balance both types of skills in your goals. Perhaps pick one hard skill, like learning SQL fundamentals, and one soft skill, like improving active listening in meetings, to work on each quarter. Don't neglect either side, and ensure your goals align directly with your broader career aspirations. For instance, a hard skill goal could be complete the Google Data Analytics Professional Certificate by December 31st to support my transition into an analyst role. A soft skill goal might be confidently lead the weekly team meeting, including facilitating discussion and keeping it on track, by practicing preparation and facilitation techniques weekly for the next 2 months.
Excellent examples. SMART goals make a huge difference. Finally, creating a personal development plan, PDP. Why does this matter? Because a plan translates your well-defined goals into concrete, actionable steps. It serves as your clear roadmap to skill mastery, breaking down the journey into manageable chunks. It's your strategy document. How do you build it? First, set clear priorities based on your skills assessment and goals. Focus on just 2 or 3 skills at a time to avoid feeling overwhelmed and spread too thin. Quality over quantity. Allocate dedicated time weekly specifically for learning and practice. Block it out in your calendar like any other important appointment, maybe 5 to 10 hours per week, depending on your capacity. Perhaps allocate 2 hours for a technical skill course, 1 hour for reading a book on a soft skill, and 2 hours for a practice project. Choose diverse learning resources. Combine formal methods like online courses or workshops with informal ones like books, articles, podcasts, mentoring, and, most importantly, hands-on practice and application in your current role or projects. Track your progress regularly. Use a journal, a spreadsheet, or an app to log milestones, key learnings, challenges faced, and hours invested. For example, finish SQL course module 2 or successfully use active listening technique in client call. Seeing progress is motivating, and remember to adjust as needed. Revisit your PDP monthly or quarterly. Are your goals still relevant? Are the resources working? Do you need to tweak your approach based on your progress and evolving needs or priorities? Be flexible.
That sounds like a solid framework. It's also fascinating how your skill priorities naturally shift as you progress through different career stages. Let's explore how the focus might change. For entry-level professionals, maybe just starting out after school or making a career change, the primary focus is often on building fundamental hard skills to actually secure initial employment, getting that first job. At the same time, they need to develop basic soft skills, especially for navigating job interviews successfully, things like clear communication, enthusiasm, and basic professionalism. So the action plan should probably include taking beginner-level courses in relevant hard skills, maybe getting an entry-level certification, and proactively volunteering for team projects at school or in early roles to gain collaborative experience. For example, a recent graduate aiming for a marketing role might focus on learning Google Analytics, hard skill, and simultaneously practice crafting clear, concise answers for common interview questions, soft skill.
Exactly, building that foundation. Then, as you move into being a mid-career professional, maybe with 15 years of experience, the focus often shifts. You're likely looking for promotions, taking on more responsibility, maybe leading projects or small teams. So, sharpening your soft skills, leadership, influence, strategic thinking, mentoring becomes crucial for advancement. At the same time, you absolutely need to keep updating your hard skills to remain relevant in an ever-evolving field and avoid becoming obsolete. Technology changes, industry best practices evolve, your actions might involve joining leadership development workshops, seeking mentorship, maybe pursuing advanced certifications or specializations in your field. For instance, a marketing manager might learn new AI-powered advertising tools to stay current, hard skill, and simultaneously hone their public speaking and presentation skills to more effectively lead campaign strategy meetings and pitch ideas to executives, soft skill.
That makes sense. The balance shifts. Finally, for senior leaders and entrepreneurs, those in executive roles or running their own businesses, the emphasis often leans heavily on leveraging highly developed soft skills. Things like vision setting, inspiring and motivating large teams, strategic decision-making, negotiation, and building a strong organizational culture become paramount. While they still need to maintain sufficient hard skills to ensure credibility, understand the operational realities of their business or department, and ask intelligent questions, they're often relying on others for deep technical execution. Their actions would likely include working with executive coaches, actively mentoring others, maybe shadowing experts in new technical areas to stay broadly informed, and keeping a constant pulse on broad industry trends and disruptions. A startup founder, for example, might need to learn basic coding principles just enough to effectively oversee their development team, hard skill maintenance, while spending most of their energy using empathy, storytelling, and strong negotiation skills to attract crucial investors and top talent, soft skill focus.
Precisely. Those transitions really highlight just how important both sets of skills are throughout your entire career journey, but the balance and specific focus evolve significantly over time.
It really does. Now let's bring these concepts to life even more vividly with some inspiring real-world examples. These are stories, perhaps anonymized, of real people who successfully blended soft and hard skills to truly soar in their careers. Our first case study is Priya, the software developer who mastered communication. Let's say Priya is a 28-year-old back-end developer. She was a genuine technical wizard, brilliant at writing elegant, efficient code, top-notch hard skills. Her challenge, however, was that she really struggled to effectively explain her complex work to clients or non-technical colleagues. This communication gap was noticeably stalling her career progression despite her technical talent. She wasn't getting lead roles.
Right, a common scenario. Priya's solution involved a smart dual approach. On the hard skills front, she decided to deepen her expertise in a specific in-demand development framework, let's say Django, through a rigorous online course, making her even more technically valuable. But crucially, for her soft skill gap, she joined a local Toastmasters club specifically to practice presenting complex technical concepts in a clear, simple, and engaging manner. She forced herself to practice explaining things to a non-technical audience. The outcome was transformative. Within about 6 months, Priya began confidently leading client demonstrations and technical discussions. This visibility and improved communication directly led to her earning a promotion to senior developer and a substantial raise. The lesson here is crystal clear. Technical skills open the doors, but strong communication truly unlocks promotions, leadership opportunities, and greater career advancement.
That's a fantastic example. Our second case is Jamal, the nurse with technical prowess. Let's imagine Jamal is a 35-year-old ER nurse, very experienced and compassionate. He faced a significant challenge when his hospital adopted a brand new complex electronic health record, EHR system. He, like many colleagues, felt completely left behind and overwhelmed by the technical shift, finding it cumbersome and frustrating.
Another very relatable situation in many fields. Jamal's solution was also multifaceted. For his hard skill gap, he proactively took all the EHR training offered by his hospital and spent extra time practicing until he truly mastered the new system's functionalities. He didn't just complain, he learned it. But he also applied his strong soft skills. He practiced empathy, recognizing his colleagues' frustrations because he'd felt them too. He patiently started training his peers on the system during downtime, understanding their anxieties and guiding them through the transition with encouragement. As a result, Jamal quickly became the ward's go-to expert for the EHR system. This visibility and his helpful attitude led to him earning a well-deserved leadership role as an EHR champion or trainer for his unit. This case beautifully illustrates that technical fluency, hard skill, when paired with essential human skills like empathy and teaching, soft skills, fosters trust, makes you a valuable resource, and elevates your impact significantly.
Helping others learn is a great way to solidify your own knowledge, too. Our final inspiring example is Sophia, the entrepreneur balancing both worlds. Let's picture Sophia, a 42-year-old founder of a sustainable fashion brand. She had an incredibly strong vision, passion, and great design sense, creative hard and soft skills. However, she recognized early on that she lacked fundamental business and technical know-how to truly scale her venture beyond a small operation. She needed more tools.
A classic entrepreneurial challenge. Sophia's strategic solution involved deliberately acquiring both types of skills she was missing. For her hard skills, she diligently learned how to use Shopify for e-commerce and grasped the basics of SEO to improve her brand's online visibility, using various online courses and tutorials. She got hands-on. Concurrently, she identified a critical soft skill she needed to hone: negotiation. This was vital for securing favorable deals with sustainable fabric suppliers and potentially retail partners. She practiced, maybe took a workshop, read books on it. The outcome was remarkable. By combining her enhanced technical capabilities, running her own online store effectively, with her improved negotiation skills, Sophia's brand grew significantly in just 2 years, ultimately securing a valuable partnership with a major ethical retailer. This demonstrates powerfully that entrepreneurs often need sufficient hard skills to execute their vision and manage operations, but they rely heavily on well-developed soft skills like persuasion, leadership, and negotiation to build relationships, secure resources, and navigate the complexities of the business world.
These examples truly underscore the immense power of consciously blending your skill sets. It's not about just having one or the other. Now, let's peer into the future a bit and discuss the trends and adaptations we anticipate in the skills landscape for, say, 2025 and beyond. The world keeps changing, so our skills need to as well. First, let's consider the huge topic of AI and automation. The impact here is already significant and growing. AI is increasingly handling repetitive tasks, things like data entry, basic report generation, even some forms of coding or customer service chat. This trend naturally elevates the importance of uniquely human soft skills that AI struggles with, things like creativity, complex problem solving, ethical judgment, and deep interpersonal connection. So what hard skills should you perhaps acquire in response? Well, understanding AI itself, proficiency in AI and machine learning concepts or platforms, and the emerging skill of prompt engineering, which is essentially about learning how to communicate effectively with AI models to get the best results.
Exactly. And on the soft skills side, you'll need to hone critical thinking to evaluate and oversee AI outputs, ensuring accuracy, fairness, and alignment with goals. Don't just trust the AI blindly. Plus, you'll need even stronger empathy for making human-centric decisions that consider the broader impact of technology on people, employees, customers, society. How does this AI application affect real humans? To prepare, consider taking a free introductory AI course just to understand the basics and actively practice ethical decision-making, maybe through discussing case studies or scenarios with peers. The goal is to ensure you can guide and leverage AI responsibly and effectively, not be replaced by it.
Guiding AI, that's an interesting way to put it. Next big trend, hybrid work environments. The impact of this massive shift means that remote and hybrid work models are likely here to stay in many industries. This demands both strong technical fluency, being comfortable with tools, and excellent virtual collaboration skills. The hard skills to acquire or master include proficiency with a range of collaboration tools, think Slack, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Miro, Notion, Asana, whatever your team uses. Being slick with the tech stack.
Right. And for soft skills in a hybrid world, virtual communication becomes absolutely paramount. This requires extra clarity, conciseness, and thoughtfulness in written communication, email, chat, and asynchronous exchanges, since you lose some nonverbal cues. Self-discipline and time management are essential for managing your own schedule and tasks effectively when working remotely without constant supervision. You need to be proactive. And inclusivity is key to ensuring all team members, regardless of their location, in office or remote, feel equally connected, informed, and valued, preventing an us versus them dynamic. To prepare, strive to master at least one or two key collaboration tools your industry uses. And practice clear, concise, asynchronous communication, like providing detailed project updates via shared docs or project management tools to keep everyone informed without needing constant meetings. Respect people's time zones and focus time.
Inclusivity in hybrid settings is a big challenge. Finally, the overarching trend of lifelong learning. The impact here is profound and maybe the most important. Hard skills are expiring faster than ever before due to rapid technological change. What you learned 5 years ago might be outdated today. This requires continuous updates and upskilling. However, soft skills are much more timeless. Communication, empathy, adaptability, these retain their value indefinitely across different roles and technologies. So the hard skills to acquire involve developing a habit of staying current, perhaps through micro-credentials, targeted online courses, industry certifications, or just following tech updates closely. It's about continuous learning, not a one-time degree.
Precisely. And the core soft skills to truly cultivate in this environment are curiosity and resilience. Curiosity is what drives your intrinsic desire to continuously learn, explore new domains, and ask questions. It keeps you engaged, while resilience enables you to adapt to change, bounce back from setbacks, like a skill becoming obsolete or a project failing, and navigate the uncertainty that comes with a constantly evolving skills landscape. It's about mental toughness. To prepare effectively for a future demanding lifelong learning, consciously dedicate consistent amount of time, maybe aim for 5 hours weekly, purely to learning and skill development. Make it a non-negotiable part of your routine, and make it a habit to reflect on your learning and progress monthly. What did I learn? How can I apply it? What should I focus on next? This continuous cycle of learning, application, and reflection is absolutely key to thriving long-term.
Curiosity and resilience, powerful combo. That's a great forward-looking perspective. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to debunk some common myths about soft and hard skills. Misconceptions that can often hold people back from reaching their full potential. Okay, myth 1. Soft skills are innate. You know, the idea that you're either born a great communicator, a natural leader, or an empathetic person, or you're not.
Yeah, that's a big one, but the truth is that's simply not the case. Soft skills are absolutely developed through intentional practice, consistent feedback, conscious effort, and learning specific techniques. Consider the classic example of introverts who, perhaps terrified of public speaking initially, can become stellar, engaging presenters with dedicated training, practice, and coaching. It's a learned skill, a journey, not a fixed trait you're born with.
Good point. Myth 2. Hard skills are all you need. This is the old school myth, suggesting that if you're technically brilliant, if your code is flawless, or your analysis is perfect, you're set for life. The rest doesn't matter.
Right. But the truth we see playing out constantly is that hard skills might get you hired, they get you in the door, but it's your soft skills that will truly get you promoted, help you lead teams, and allow you to advance significantly in your career. A compelling recent SHRM survey found that a remarkable 97% of employers value soft skills in their workforce. It's almost unanimous. Think of that highly skilled coder we mentioned earlier who struggles with collaboration or communication. Their career progression might stall, while a perhaps slightly less technically brilliant but highly collaborative team player will often rise through the ranks due to their positive impact on others. It's the full package that truly makes the difference long term.
97% is staggering. And finally, myth 3. Soft skills are fluffy or nice-to-haves. This misconception often dismisses soft skills as less important, less tangible, somehow optional, or not directly contributing to concrete business results compared to hard skills.
Yeah, the fluffy label drives me crazy. The truth, however, is quite the opposite. Well-developed soft skills drive very tangible, hard results. They have a real ROI. Google's famous Project Oxygen study, analyzing their own high-performing teams, found that soft skills like coaching, effective communication, and empathy were consistently among the top traits of their very best, most effective managers. Not technical skills first, but soft skills. Empathetic leaders, for instance, are proven to significantly boost employee morale, engagement, and retention, which in turn can save companies millions of dollars in recruitment, onboarding, and lost productivity costs. These are not fluffy results. They are direct, measurable impacts on the bottom line. Soft skills are business skills.
Those myths are certainly busted. Okay, we've covered a ton of ground. Now, for you listening, are you ready to level up? We have some actionable challenges for you to truly build both your soft and hard skill sets starting today. First, the 30-day Soft Skills Challenge. Your goal here is simple but powerful. Improve one specific soft skill with small, daily actions over a month. For week 1, maybe focus on communication. Challenge. Record a 1-minute verbal explanation of a complex work task daily and listen back, aiming to reduce filler words like or like and improve clarity. For week 2, dive into empathy. Challenge. In at least one conversation each day, consciously practice paraphrasing the other person's feelings or perspective. Before responding, you might say, "So it sounds like you're feeling frustrated about." For week 3, concentrate on adaptability. Challenge. Intentionally try one small new routine or break a habit daily. Perhaps take a different route to work, try a new type of task first, or use a different tool for something simple. Just embrace minor change. And for week 4, focus on teamwork. Challenge. Make it a point to actively acknowledge or praise one colleague's contribution daily, either directly, in a meeting, or via a team chat message. Build others up.
I love that structure. And to track your progress, keep a simple journal throughout the 30 days, maybe just jotting down quick observations, successes, or challenges related to your daily challenge. Then, on day 30, be brave and ask a trusted friend or colleague for some honest feedback, specifically on the soft skill you focused on for the month. Ask them, have you noticed any difference? Or what else could I work on? That external perspective is invaluable for measuring real growth.
Great follow-up. And now, the 30-day Hard Skills Challenge. Your goal here is to learn the basics of a new hard skill and complete a small, tangible mini project within a month. First, pick a specific hard skill you're genuinely interested in learning, perhaps basic Python, advanced Excel formulas, graphic design with Canva, or SEO fundamentals. Choose something motivating. In week 1, find and complete a free or low-cost introductory course or tutorial series on that skill. Get the basics down. In week 2, follow a guided tutorial to start a simple mini project, maybe building a basic calculator in Python, creating a budget tracker in Excel, designing a social media graphic template in Canva, or doing a keyword analysis for a hypothetical website. Apply the basics. For week 3, focus on building out your project further, adding a feature or two, and actively troubleshooting any issues that arise by searching online forums or documentation. Learn to solve problems independently. And in week 4, polish your mini project, maybe add some comments or documentation, and then share it proudly. Post it on LinkedIn, add it to your GitHub, share it on a relevant online community. Get it out there.
Excellent plan. And to track your progress here, maybe log the hours you spend learning and working on your project each week. Seeing the time investment can be motivating. And definitely celebrate completing your project no matter how small. It's a tangible accomplishment that proves you learned something new and builds momentum and confidence for tackling the next skill. Acknowledge the win.
Wow, what a journey we've been on today. We've truly explored the ins and outs of soft skills and hard skills, delving into their definitions, their history, their critical importance in today's world, offering actionable tips for mastering each, looking at industry specifics, and sharing inspiring stories of individuals who've leveraged them.
Yeah, we covered a lot. Here's maybe the big takeaway from our deep dive today. You don't have to choose between soft skills and hard skills. It's really not an either proposition at all. That's a false dichotomy. Soft skills make you human, relatable, adaptable, and resilient, enabling you to navigate complex social dynamics and build strong relationships. They are the how. Hard skills, on the other hand, make you capable, credible, and competitive, giving you the technical prowess to execute specific tasks and deliver concrete results. They are the what. Together, when intentionally developed and blended, they truly become your superpower for navigating work, life, and pretty much everything in between.
So what's next for you, the listener? Take a moment, maybe right after this, to reflect on what we've discussed today. What's one hard skill you're genuinely excited to learn, or perhaps deepen your knowledge in? What's one soft skill you really want to consciously work on and make a priority for improvement? Where could you grow? And, critically, how will you strategically balance both in your personal development plan to chase your dreams and achieve your unique goals? Remember, you can start small. Those 30-day challenges are a great example. Stay consistent with your efforts, even just a little bit each week. And definitely celebrate every single win along the way, big or small. Whether you're aiming to code the next groundbreaking app, lead a dynamic and inspired team, or simply be the kind of thoughtful, effective person who lights up a room with your presence and capability, your unique blend of skills is your canvas. Go out there and paint something extraordinary. If you found this deep dive valuable, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube